Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to What Up Clegg. This channel we talk about all kinds of things, how to fix it, how to build it, how to maintain it, as well as product reviews. This video today is going to build off of my maintenance manager project or video that I did a while back. I've been asked how I quote jobs or how I estimate jobs. Well, I created a spreadsheet that helps me put the numbers together and calculates everything for me and organizes all the numbers and everything for me so I know how much to charge, how much we're being charged, what the taxes are, what the profits are, the labor, just all the numbers. So let me go ahead and share that spreadsheet with you right now, and then I'll show you how I made it. All right, let's take a look at it. All right, here's the spreadsheet that I use to work out my quotes. What I did is I put on here like a bathroom model, just a quick little example of how I use it. This is a small project. I usually wouldn't use this for such a small project, but why not? So here's how I have it set up. I have materials in this box. Anything that deals with materials goes in this box. I have the description of materials here, quantity of each material here, the price of each material here, material totals here, then the part numbers, and any description of the materials here. Like, for example, if you're buying paint by the gallon, you put per gallon. If you're buying by 5 gallons, you put 5 gallons here. Therefore, you have an idea what the cost is going on here. Down here, I have labor charges and profits. Anything to do with labors, and over here I have all the finals for all the final charges, final costs, stuff like that for materials and labor and everything coming together. So let's start off over here. Here's how I have it set up. Let's say anytime I change anything over here, add whatever, and add change or add anything here, it's going to change here, it's going to change here. I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to do tile flooring. So you're going to have a quantity. Let's say you want 35 pieces of tile. And each piece of tile is going to cost, each piece of tile is going to be $2 each. And watch what happens when I hit enter. Is going to change here, of course. It's going to change here. It's going to change materials. It's going to change the grand total. It's going to change all this stuff, even the material markup and so on. So watch when I hit enter. Boom. You see everything change. Now let's say I want to add a bathtub. I just want one. It's going to cost me $525. So the material total is going to be, boom, you see that? Just change everything. Now, can I go back and change something? Absolutely. Let's say I want 8 studs, or say I want 15 studs. $9 each. Yeah, I know. $9 each for a stud is crazy. It's today's times. It's no longer $2 a piece, but it is what it is. Now watch when I hit enter, everything changes. Sheetrock, if I want to change sheetrock to 6, I can change it. Everything changes. Everything will change up here as I as I add or whatever. Well, here's, whoop, that's wrong. So I want one toilet, and it's $150 for that toilet. There you go. That looks better. So everything changes from here to over here. Now, I'll show you how the labor side works on it. Right here I have this row right here is cost per hour. What does that employee cost the contractor? Or if you are the contractor, what does this employee cost you per hour? You might be paying the contractor, say, $50 an hour, but after you have to pay for their health insurance, life insurance, their vacations, and what have you, all the other things that fall on top of having an employee. it goes up 40 bucks. So overall, that employee costs you $40. Or I'm sorry, that employee costs you $80 an hour. Well, the contractor is going to charge the customer about $120 per hour for that employee. So you want one employee, and you want that one employee for 8 hours. Well, it's going to cost you $960 for that employee for 8 hours. What's the difference between what the employee costs versus how much the contractor charges for that employee? It's a $40 difference. Therefore, the contractor is going to be making $320 profit off that employee. The fact is, contractors make majority of their money off of labor. I'm just throwing that out there. They don't make much money off of the materials. Then you have your apprentice. Now, even if it's prevailing wage, you put the prevailing wages charges here, and it works out. And if I want to add something, let's say I want to add an electrician. Electrician is let's say $70 an hour, and I'm going to charge the contractor going to charge the customer $120 an hour, and he's going to have one electrician for 6 hours. It's going to come out to $720, $50 difference, and so it's $300 profit off that. Also, let's say they need a plumber. Plumber's going to charge $70, cost the company $70 an hour. Contractor charges $120 an hour. You just need one plumber. You need it for 8 hours. And watch when I hit enter. It'll change all these numbers here. It also changes this number. It'll change the labor profit, the grand total, anything that deals with labor. This number will change as soon as I hit enter. Watch it. Boom. That's how the labor side of it that I have set up is. Now, up here I have the material charge. Now that right here is just a carryover from down here. Right here is the markup. Contractors usually mark up the material charge is about 15%. Materials total, and then they charge a tax on materials. Most states there's tax on materials, but there's no tax on labor. Then you have your labor. That's just a direct carryover from down here. Direct carryover. So let's go ahead and change that to a dollar. No. So actually this right here is wrong. That's supposed to be equals. All right, so that's what the labor charge is going to be, and then the grand total. Now, labor profit, that right there is going to be a direct carryover from down here. Material profit, that right there is going to be direct carryover from there, and then total profit that the contractor is expected to make, or is estimated to make, is approximately $24.98.80. So, how did I create this sheet? I will show you how I created this sheet. We'll go ahead and open up a fresh brand new sheet and start from there. Okay, so here's a blank Excel spreadsheet. To install graphs or tables, there's two ways of really doing it. Number one, you go here, click on the square here, grab hold of the corner, drag it out to where you want it. If that's how big you want it, you go up here to the insert, you go to tables, click tables, click OK, boom. There you have it. But another route of doing it is go up here and click on the A1, go straight to insert, go straight to tables, click on that, you drag it out to wherever you want it, but there we want 5, and then when you get here, so you just click OK. Now I work with 5. However many you want, you can add, delete however many you want. Again, I only want 5, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete these 2 rows here. I just highlight them like that, and then I right click, and then I just hit delete. And now there's columns and rows. Columns are up and down, rows are left to right. I want to delete the columns. Now if I want to add a column, I can just go up here, I can right click, click on insert, and then right here it says column to the right, column to the left. Now if I add it, it will also add whatever formulas I have in those columns. But I'm not going to add any columns. Same thing with the rows. Now if I go to a row and let's say I want to add more rows, go over here, insert a row, and it's going to insert the row above. Again, it will have the same formulas in this row as in the new row is the row below it that I copied. So that's in case you ever want to add any columns or rows. What I want to do now is I want to make these wider because I'm going to be writing a little bit more than what these spaces will hold. And then right here in column 1, we will type down the materials. Column 2 will be the cost of each material. C will be the quantity. I actually want to make that capital. Now, if you want to change something, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Excel. When you change something, you can't just click on it because if you start typing, it'll delete everything. If you want to add on to what you already typed, you have to click on it, double click, until it pops up. You can actually go up here too and click on it and type from up here as well. Whatever is most comfortable for you. So over here will be the total cost. And over here will be notes or part numbers. All right, materials. So here's how we do the formula for total cost. Now, total cost will be cost of each times the quantity, correct? So cost of each multiplied by the quantity. Here's how we do the formula for that. We will go equals. You click on the cost each. Then you do the multiplication sign, which is the asterisk. Then you click on quantity, and then you hit enter. Now cost each. To make sure the formula worked right, let's do they're $3 each, and there's going to be 6 of them. Hit enter. 18. So 3 times 6 is 18. You always want to make sure that the formula is correct. Let's do another one. Do 5, 4, enter. $20. That's all accurate. Now I also want this to be in dollars, and I want this to be in dollars. How I do that is I just go up here to B, click on B, click the dollar symbol. But if you have a different currency, you hit the drop down arrow and all different types of currencies. I want the dollar. So over here for total cost, same thing. Go up there, boom. Total dollars. So let's go ahead and get down here. Now, I also want to see the total cost of all this added up. I want to see it in this line. So I can either add another line here, or I can just take one away. If I want to just use line 34 right here, I'll click on that. Now I can just click on it once, and if I hit the backspace or the delete, whatever, it'll get rid of that. If I hit the delete button, it'll get rid of the formula in that square. Or I can go up here to the top and hit the delete, the backspace, and it'll delete all that. But It's easier for me just to hit the delete here because, whoops. Only hit the delete once and it all goes away. So right here, I want materials total cost and what the formula is for this. Basically, I want all this right here added up, and now give me the total cost here. So what I do with that is I do equals, and then again I want the sum of everything in this row to be here. So I hit equal, then I type in the word sum, then I do left parentheses, come over to the top, click on it, don't take your finger off, and then just take and drag it all the way down. So it goes from D2 all the way to D33 is added up. Then I hit right parentheses. Yeah, remember, hit the left parentheses, drag down, right parentheses. Then you hit enter. 18 plus 20 is 38, and it came out accurate down there. And let's say I want to do the same thing here because I want to know how many different materials I have. Same exact thing. Hit the equals, type the word sum, hit the left parentheses, click on the first one, drag it down, right parentheses. I want to do the same thing here just for giggles while we're at it. Sum, whoops, equals, sum, left parentheses, drag down, right parentheses. Pretty easy, huh? Now, whatever you add in there, say $9, and you want 99 of them, hit enter, comes out $891, and it just keep doing that all the way to whatever. I mean, you can even put something on there where it's $145. You can put down that there's I don't know, 10,000 whatever, and you hit enter. Then you do I usually round up when I do my dollars for each part. I round it up to the next dollar, the nearest dollar. But if you want more exact, you can type it in, and then you can type in three of them. See, and it comes out there. See, it all changes up down here too. So that is how I do the tables for the materials. If you have any questions on this, please add them in the comments section and I will get back to you. Hope this part was helpful for you. Now let's move on to the labor side. Okay, so we'll go ahead and install a table for the labor down here. Going to install a table. Now I want 8 across, and it doesn't matter how many down you want. You just hit I think that's good enough. We'll hit that. Okay, we'll start off with techs. This is the type of technician that you have at the job site. Here we'll put down the how much the tech costs the company. This right here we'll put how much you charge the customer for that tech. Here we'll do how many techs we'll have. On the job. Actually, you know what? Let's put here. Put down the wrong spot, anyways. How many hours? No, put number of techs on the job. Here we'll put down how many hours techs will be on the job. Right here will be the customer total charge. This is where we get in the labor part here. This would be how much you what the profit is, labor profit. So get the cost difference, and this right here will be the total profit. All right, so we now have to do the formula for this. So to make it easy, we'll just go ahead and fill this in so we can, when I explain it, you'll get a better understanding of what I'm doing. So over here, we'll just put down a painter. Painter costs, let's say, costs the company $50 an hour for that painter. You charge the customer $100 an hour for that painter. You'll have one painter on the job, and the painter will be there for, let's say, 2 days. So it'll be 16 hours. Now, for the formula to figure this out. First off, this right here, we want to be dollar rate. Let's go ahead and put the dollar rate in there. So click on that, click on dollar rate. This right here, you want dollar rate. Number of text, you don't want a dollar rate. Here you want a dollar rate. And here you want a dollar. And there you want the currency. So, number of text, you have one tech on the job. Okay, so total cost. How do you figure this out? You go, how much the painter costs you, how many painters you're going to have for how many hours. So it'd be $100 times 1 times 16. Here's how you do that. Here's a formula. You hit equals. You click on the customer charge. Then you hit the multiplication symbol, which is the asterisk. On this, the asterisk is a multiplication symbol for, well, the asterisk is a multiplication symbol on Excel. Then you click on number of texts. Then you hit the asterisk again to multiply by 16. Then you hit enter. So you have $1,600. Is that accurate? If you have 100 times 1 is 100 times 16. So it's 100 times 16, 1,600. To make sure it comes out correct, let's do another one here. Let's do a plumber. Let's say the plumber is $60 an hour. What it cost the company. Oh, that didn't go all the way down. Let's go and highlight that. And then add it. Add the dollar sign all the way down. Whenever you add something, add dollar sign all the way down. Customer charge, let's say 110. And you'll have, just going to highlight that again. I could just add the dollar amount up there too. The other one works. And I want 2 plumbers. You're going to be on the job for 8 hours for 1 day. And the total would be $1,760. Then again, you just add that all up, multiply it. 110 times 2, which would be 220 times 8, comes out to $1,760. Now the cost difference. What the cost difference is going to be the difference between this and this, but then 1 and then 16. So you're going to do 50. The 100 minus the 50. So here's how you do that. There's actually, you have to do equal, and you have to sum it. So you go sum, parentheses, click on that there, then you go to the minus symbol, and then you click on 50, and then you hit the right parentheses and enter. See, it does it all the way down. And let's say I want to change it. Let's say I want to charge 110 here, and I want to charge 100 here. You see, when I change this, this changes and this changes. So everything changes as I change things. If I decide to put 3 painters, this right here will change. Right there changes, that changes. Now, for total profit, this one you go 60, not 60, yeah, let's see, you go to 60 times the 3 times the 16. That's where you get your profit, right? Because you're making $60 an hour profit, so the difference here is $60. So you're making $60 an hour profit. So you go equals 60 asterisk times 3 asterisk times 16, enter. So you're going to make 28.80 and up there and 64.40 there. So that's how you do that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do a total down here to where it totals up these numbers. So let's do total labor. Down here, the backspace, hit backspace a couple of times, make sure it's all out. Equal sum, left parenthesis, take this, highlight it up, right parenthesis, and hit enter. Now, it'll mess up like that. Just hit the backspace button one time. That's all you have to do. Same thing here, and if you look at this, see it added up, 5280 plus 1600. That's how you do that. Same thing here. Click on that space, hit the backspace a couple times, hit equal, sum, left parentheses. Grab a hold of that, drag it down, right parentheses, hit enter. It goes blank. I don't know why it's doing that. If anybody knows why it does that, in the comments section, please. Now the same thing here. We'll go ahead and add these up. Backspace a couple times. Sum, left parentheses. Take that, drag it, right parenthesis, enter. Then hit the back arrow. It pops up. And that adds that up. Now, if you want to add these right here, you can do that. It's simple. If you remember back on how to add these, summer. Okay, highlight that, boom, and you just go all the way down line. This is helpful because it lets you know how many texts you have and just how much money is being spent on these here. So sometimes helpful, sometimes it's not, but at least you have the info there in case anybody ever asks. Of course, you want to know how many texts are going to be on this job. That's one thing important. Okay. All right. So here's how it works. If you want to test it out a little bit more, let's say you have carpenters. Carpenters are cost the company $65 an hour, and you charge $120 an hour out for them. You're going to have 2 carpenters, for 8 hours. Hit enter, and it'll fill everything up after that. If you notice, everything down here changes as well. So that's how I do the labor side of it, labor table side of it. Now we'll go ahead and do a box up here that adds everything up and brings up the bottom dollar line. So let's go ahead and start that one. So to remind you what the total box is, the box with all the total numbers is, it's this one right here. So now let's work on this box here with all the totals in it. All right, so first we have to install a table. Where should we put it? Right about there. That look good. Look real good. All right, we'll take it there. Go ahead and make it this big. We only need 2. Can't remember how many squares down we needed, but we can always add or subtract. Let's see. Here we'll call this the well, what are we calling the other one? And we called it the description. There we go. Description. And the amount. So the first one was materials. This one was materials. Markup. This one right here was, I believe, was taxes, correct? Materials total. Tax. Then we skipped one. And we went down to, there's labor. Skipped a couple. Ran total. And then we got into the labor profit, material profit, and then total estimated profit. Is that accurate? Yep, that's what we have. So, so materials. All right, so to enter materials here, it's really easy. You just click equal, and you click on this number down here, because this right here is automatically going to be all these added up. So you don't have to do any more adding. You just click that right there. That's it, and hit enter. Material markup. Whatever your markup is on your materials, let's do 15% here. I'm just putting 15% there so that I know it's 15%. That's so if anyone ever asks what your markup is, or your boss asks what's your markup, he'll look right there. He automatically sees that it's 15%. So clear that out. Hit the equals symbol, and then we have to do this number times the 15%. So you have to turn the 15% into a decimal. That's 0.15 and equal. Oops, I did something wrong. Let's see if it works. I hit the back arrow. Let's do that again. Equal that number times, I don't think I did the times last time, and 0.15. That equals. And again, it messes up like this. I don't know why it does it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But if you do put the back arrow, it goes where it's supposed to be. So 239,298.75 is 15% of 1,595,000. So remember, we have that big, huge number from over here. That's what made this one right here so high. Materials total. What this is right here is you'll have to just add these up. So you do equals sum, left parenthesis, there, hit enter. And you just added all that up. Let's see. Tax. Well, there's a tax on material, at least here in California. Depending on the state that you're in, determine what tax. So whatever tax it is in your area, let's say it's 10%. You have 10% sales tax. So you have to go this number right here times 10%. So hit the equal, that right there. Then you do the asterisk. Then you hit 0.10 because you turn the 10% into a decimal and you hit enter. And then labor. Labor is this number right here. This is what you want to charge. So let's go ahead and make, let's see, click this here, hit equal, come down here again. Right now we're doing the total charge. This is what you're actually going to be putting on your quote for the customer. That number, hit enter. And then these numbers here, you don't need these. All this doing right here, bringing up numbers from down here because we did this whole row here. Okay, now grand total. Grand total is going to be all this, these three right here added up with what the grand total is going to be. So it's going to be equal sum, left parentheses, all this here, and then right parentheses, enter. This is going to be a grand total. Let's go ahead and make that red and make it bold so it stands out and pops. Alright, I want to get rid of that too. Don't like it. So, labor profit. This is going to be this number down here. So you hit equals, click on that number there, total profit, you hit enter. That number just went from there to up here. Material profit. Material profit is going to be your markup. So you hit equal, you hit enter. So you hit equals, you click on the markup with the number you have right here for the markup, and then boom, pops up down there. Now total profit. This right here will be these two right here combined. So we'll do equals sum, left parenthesis, right parenthesis, and then enter. There you go. So let's go ahead and then we take and highlight this right here, and let's make this a different color. Let's make it Dark blue. Something different. Make it bold. There you go. So let's go ahead and check out this worksheet and see if it works properly. And I'll show you how it works. So let's go over here. Well, for material, let's just say there's a pipe. Whatever type of pipe you want over here, you can put down copper, part number 34388 or 55, 34455, whatever part number. Let's say the copper pipe is $12 each, and you want 60 of them. Now watch when I hit enter. You'll see the all the numbers. You see numbers here, here change, and here change. Well, here we go. Boom. Let's say we add 2x4x8 studs, and they're $8 each, and you need 200 of them. Watch how the materials, the grand total, and profit, everything changes. Boom, there it changes. Now, same thing over here with labor. Let's say if you want to add some an apprentice or a couple of them, and they cost you $35 an hour. You're going to charge $60 an hour for them, and you're going to have 10 of them, and they're going to be out there for 120 days, so that's a big job. Here's the markup here. Everything changes. See how the dollar profit, everything changed when I did that? If I decide to change this again, I could change 140. Now watch, you see all the numbers and labors, profits, everything change when I hit it. Enter. Everything changes out. So, up here, you look at it and you go, your boss might say, well, $239 profit on materials. Down here, total profit $280, $280,000. So, that might be way too much because you want to stay competitive with the competition. So your boss might say, okay, you know what, let's go ahead and cut the material markup to 5%. You don't want to make it 0 because you never know, there might be more materials that you need to get that you did not already add, that you forgot to add on or miscalculated, whatever materials. You always want to have something extra. Let's say drop this down, the percentage down to 5%. Now, all you have to do is go over here. You hit the go ahead and hit the backspace. You hit equal. Hit the equal button, and then you click on the material number up here, and then you hit the multiplication number, which is the asterisk, and then we break 5% down into decimal, so it's 0.05. Hit enter. Boom, everything changes. So now you're looking at a total profit about $119,000 in profit. Grand total is just under $2 million, and so on. There's material markup here. Everything is labor profit $39,400. Same thing down here, $39,400. So this is the spreadsheet that I use for quoting jobs. It's been pretty accurate, been pretty helpful for me. If you guys want to add something or want to learn how to add something, by all means, put it in the comments section and I'll help you about the best I can. If you have any questions on this, put it in the comments section and I'll reply to it the best I can. If I have to come out with another video to explain it, I'll do it. I have no problem with that. If you need help quoting a job, if you'd like to know how to quote a job, put it in the comments section and I'll put a video out there on how to quote a job. Now, I'm not talking about a skyscraper or anything like that. Maybe like a fencing around a piece of property or remodeling a bathroom, roof, something like that, something smaller. But this right here does work. It's pretty accurate as long as you're the materials that you're looking for and all the numbers you put in are accurate. This right here will come out to be accurate. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was extremely helpful for you. If you like it, please hit the like button on the top and subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe anyway, just so you can make fun of me. All right, everybody. You take care, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.